Hi everybody, this is Josh Culp here. And we are learning in Masechet Bava Kamma, Daf Kufchet. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the machloket between Abai and Rava, which really is an interesting, very edifying machloket on the Mishnah, even though it's not presented exactly as a machloket, a dispute on the Mishnah. So the Mishnah from, I believe this is in Bava Metzia, the Mishnah, we're in Bava Kamma, it's quoted from Bava Metzia, one who deposits with his friend an animal or some kind of vessels, and they're stolen or they're lost. This is the situation described in the Torah. So now the Mishnah presents that the guardian of sorts has two options, assuming this is a shomer chinam, a unpaid guardian. So the unpaid guardian has two options. He can either pay because he doesn't want to take an oath. Maybe he just doesn't like taking oaths. Maybe he's not sure that he can really take an oath. For whatever it is, he might want to pay. That's the first option. Shilem v'lo ratzah lishava. He pays because he doesn't want to take an oath for whatever reason, which the Mishnah says is his right. He has a right to take an oath, but he's not mandated. Obviously, he can just pay it back. What's the problem with that? Now, if the ganef, the thief, is found, the thief will have to pay the usual payments for a thief, the double or the 4 or 5-fold payments. But who's he going to pay to? He's going to pay to the one who is holding the deposit, the unpaid guardian. Because by paying the original owners, the unpaid guardian has, in a sense, acquired the object that was deposited with him. The original owners have been paid back. And now, if on the off chance they find the ganef, the thief, the guardian will benefit. I mean, he's not really benefiting. He just got a little lucky that the ganef was found. He took a risk, so he gains the benefit. Now, in the normal case, which I think probably would be more often, nishba v'lo ratzah l'shalem, he takes an oath. Right? And then if the ganef is found, then the ganef has to pay the money to the original owner. So that's a great, straightforward Mishnah. You can see it's very logical. Abai, and it's practical. It might be very often that unpaid guardians decide they want to pay instead of taking an oath, and generally speaking, I would imagine they take an oath. Abai and Rava address a very strange situation, which really gets us into the difference between the Mishnah and oftentimes the Amoraim. Oftentimes the Amoraim are talking about highly theoretical, even more theoretical situations than we find in the Mishnah. This is the case of where the owners ask the guardian for the deposit back, and he takes an oath and pays. Now, why would anyone do that? I do not know why anyone would do that. If you take an oath, you exculpate yourself from paying. If you pay, you don't need to take an oath. It doesn't really seem to be something that practically would happen. I can imagine a person taking an oath but paying anyway, just in case. It's harder for me to imagine a person paying and also taking, actually I said the same thing twice. Scratch that. But I don't really think that this is a normal situation. They have a dispute here. Abai says that it goes to the original owner in that case because the very fact that he took an oath means that the original owner didn't trust him. And Rava says that once he pays, he's acquired any potential rights that come from that. So the answer doesn't really concern me. I just wanted to note that I think this is one of many examples where you can see the difference between a relatively straightforward Mishnah and a very highly theoretical discussion started by Abai and Rava.